Good morning, you guys. In today's video, we're going to be showing you how far 30 euro can go here in Italy. We live near the city Vicenza, located in northern Italy. Honestly, it's just kind of interesting to show people what cost of living looks like. And so our plan is basically take you around with us as we make purchases and show you how much they cost, and we can see what it adds up to be throughout the week.
And to start off this video, we're going to be going to a local farmer's market. And this is one thing we love about our area. There are several throughout the week. You know, I would say probably 3 to 5 that are within just like a 5 to 10 minute drive of our place, and then if you go like 15 to 20 minutes, there's one every single day of the week that we can go. So we're going to be stopping by to get some fresh goods. Formaggio duro, vero? Morbido with morbido, okay.
Ciao, ciao.
Buongiorno. Vorrei un chilo arancio.
Allora, più grande e più piccolo. Ok.
As much as we really like shopping local and going to like those farmers markets, it's really hard to go there and do what we did, buying what we did, the bananas, the oranges, and this little slice of cheese, and spending about 11 euro for all of that. When you can go to the supermarket and you can get all of that for probably 2/3 to half of the cost. Now, of course, there's definitely a lot of discussion that can go behind that, supporting local, supporting small, the upcharge that they can sell there versus the supermarkets. But it just goes to show that there are certain things that are worth getting at those types of markets and other things that are not. We try to change it up every so often, getting a few things at like the farmers markets, but the majority of the stuff that we buy comes from a supermarket, honestly because of affordability. And of course, when we're buying things in season and from the local area, yes, we know bananas are not from here in Italy, but they were something that we had on our list. They are oftentimes cheaper when it's in season. And it's worth noting that the cheese I chose, I got because I recognize the name Val di Fassa. It's an area we've camped at before, a really beautiful area, lots of hiking, tons of beautiful things to explore in the Dolomites. But it was the most expensive one there. It was like 23 euro per kilogram. So I only got 200 grams and it was like 5 euro. That goes without saying that there are much less expensive cheeses that you could get, but it was kind of a unique one that I wanted to give a try.
After the farmer's market, we went to the dermatologist. Now, this is a real reason Tanner was home with us this morning, as he's typically at work or headed to work by the time I take the girls to school. He helped me out because today Noah had to go to the dermatologist. She has a plantar wart, unfortunately. I actually have one as well. However, they are different kinds of warts. They have just been persistent, and it's gotten to the point where Noah hates going to the dermatologist. Hence why Tanner and I tag team it, because it's kind of a traumatic experience for her. She's getting cryotherapy and it does hurt. It is painful. I was just going to mention real quick the cost because this is daily life. It does hit over the 30 euro, however, not by much. So to go to the dermatologist here in Italy is 40 euro. We pay out of pocket and then we have private insurance. So that's the cost that then we send our invoice to the insurance company and they cover as much as they're going to cover. So honestly, comparing that to what it would be in the States, it is far cheaper. Of course, when you go to the doctor, most times they write up some prescriptions. So we got some creams, some special bandages, hopefully encourage the wart to disappear. So I'll show total cost for it.
Pizza? Pizza monster. It was 9 euro for this pizza diavola. And it was a thinner crust than some of the other ones we've had. But it fed us for tonight's dinner, or at least part of tonight's dinner.
It even has a smile! Like this one has a smile.
I know.
What are we getting?
We are going to get gelato or if they have slushy, then we're going to have slushy.
Questi gusti qua, tutti quelli sono
For 3 different scoops that were split with like half and half flavors, except for Noah, she always gets Dragula. The total came out to be €6.60. Hey guys, keeping it real, keeping it raw. This is our life here in Italy, and this morning started off with a cafe date. We're saying hello to Italian grandma summer vibes, where we start out our morning with coffee and a pastry, and then midday maybe we'll have a spritz, and gotta end with gelato, right? So I went to a cafe with a friend, got a delicious little pastry that had like a blackberry jam in it, and then it had custard on top with raspberries, and it was very good. She got 2 little hazelnut chocolate chip biscotti cookies, and then her child got like a strawberry cake. I got a cappuccino on top of that, and the total ended up being like €6 and maybe 80 cents. Here's the receipt to show proof of it. As we were checking out, she was just like, wow, for all of that, only that? It's true. If we were to compare this to a cafe back in the States, maybe one of the pastries would have been that. Maybe 2 of them combined, but we absolutely love being able to like go to a cafe, have it at least like a weekly thing, and you can, it's not breaking the wallet. So I know we've already surpassed the €30, but it's kind of fun to see like you could start off your day with cafe and a pastry, go to the farmer's market, and still have enough room in your day to be able to do some more stuff.
And right now, €30 will get you 15 liters of super gas, unleaded gas, which is very expensive right now, but that's kind of not really a surprise of what's going on.
Looking real nice today, all these little wispy hairs. I feel like they never grow out. My baby's 3 now, and I have postpartum hair. It's fine. Yes, I did go to the Italian grocery store. Not really ready for the day, but it is what it is. And we made it there with 2 kids and just myself. It was a good time. No, really, it was a good time. My kids are super helpful most of the time. We definitely end up with more than we go in there looking for. A few extra snackies and chips, but honestly, nothing too crazy. For everything that you're seeing here, it ended up being €62.50. I think that's pretty good, honestly. I do have to say though, if I'm being honest, this is a more expensive grocery trip for me. Well, maybe I should say more of like a medium kind of grocery purchase for me. If I'm doing like a big shopping haul, maybe it's like the first of the month, we just got back from vacation or something. It might put me closer to 75 to €100 per grocery trip. But with the way we eat being fairly plant-based and produce being quite affordable here in Italy, especially now with things in season like strawberries in season, there's asparagus in season. We didn't get it this haul, but there is just, yeah, a lot of stuff coming into season, which I absolutely love. It's affordable and it's super tasty.
The other day I stopped by the florist and I picked up this bouquet of flowers. Actually made this one, or picked them out. Let's not kid anything here. I did not make this, but they tied it all together after I gave them a few suggestions of what I was hoping for. And this was about 15 or 16 euro for this from a local florist. But of course there were plenty of other flower assortments that you could have picked out that were more expensive and least expensive, but honestly I'm thinking back to like even like high school times and being back in the States when I would buy flowers, and I want to say that that's a pretty common price of what it cost then to get like a bouquet of flowers like this. That was fairly fair price for those. But overall, we really hope you enjoyed and getting a little insight on what your daily purchase is and how far 30 euro can get you here in northern Italy. Thanks again for watching, and be sure to follow along for our upcoming video. And if you'd like to, down in the comments below, let us know where you're from, how these prices compare to where you live. We'll see you in the next one.